What's happening? What's going on, everyone? It is your guy, your boy, the OG Big Sam, aka Mr. White, in the building. And we're gonna discuss a few things on today. Um in the goings ons of the NFL, uh and whatnot. Um some of the goings ons, you know, in that would surprise you and may not surprise you. It is who's the surprise what's going on in Chicago. We're having one veteran step away from a team, um, and amongst other things. Uh, well, in this weather and whatnot, uh, on today, looks like a beat dolo. Um, we're also going to discuss the movements and just a short little thought and tidbit um, on Lane Kiffin and in his movement uh, in the NCAA. You know what I'm saying? Just to start out. I mean, I've seen a lot of people, have negative connotations. Um, I would wager to say, would you turn down 90 million with better resources than your current position and job? Would you turn down 90 million? I'm wagering to believe that question would be no, you wouldn't. You know, I think he's going to a better situation. Where the university is opening up the pocketbook, if you will. You get a $90 million contract with a $25 million recruiting incentive um, to use, um, amongst other things. It's a better facility because this is nice over there at LSU. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a little throwed a little bit at the negativity that is being thrown his way. Um, I mean, obviously, Ole Miss didn't want him to stay. The only thing you heard come out of saying the Ole Miss camp was okay. They met and they made it clear. Okay, if you're going to entertain that offer, there's no need for you to coach the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? And no, I don't believe that, Ski. I don't believe that he deserves some kind of bad karma. Uh, if someone was offering you a job better than the one that you're at with better resources and more money, wouldn't you take it? Let me see. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You get a $25 million recruiting incentive. You know, I mean, okay, you know what I'm saying. But again, if someone was offering you, you know what I'm saying, a better position with more money than the job that you currently have in any given situation, wouldn't you take it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's moved on to better pastures in each one of his situations. And people act like that a bad thing. If someone is going to offer you more money in a better situation, and y'all acting like it's a crime or a shame to take that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to understand the common sense of the matter. I'm trying to understand, you know, what is wrong with moving on to a better situation? I don't get the problem. You know what I'm saying? You go from muddy waters in Mississippi. And yeah, he built a little something. You know what I'm saying? He's leaving Ole Miss better than what it was when he got there. But ain't nobody talking about that. Ain't nobody talking about that. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, he's going to a better situation. 90 mil is 90 mil, bro. And if Ole Miss wanted him to stay, they would have put some money on the table for him to stay. Instead, they picked up the phone and said, hey, since you're entertaining this, there's no need for you to coach the rest of the year. Whatever amount of games we have left coming in the bowl season. It wasn't okay. The conversation had nothing to do with okay, what do we have to do to keep you? No, that wasn't the conversation. But you know what I'm saying? Okay, and let me put this up on the screen. He's trying to take all of his staff and his players. He's trying to. If you have a great staff and you go into a better situation, you want to take your staff. Now, as far as the recruits that are decommitting, that is their choice. I mean, they could have chose, you know what I'm saying, but a lot of those recruits that was coming to Ole Miss, they was coming because of Lane Kiffin and the opportunity that he was giving them. So he's going to LSU, so they're going to LSU. I've seen this happen. It happened when Nick Saban left LSU to come to Alabama. Same thing happened. The two incoming classes, all of them decommitted to LSU and committed to Alabama, following Nick to Alabama. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're entitled to your opinion, how you feel. You're entitled to feel how you want to feel about a guy. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Now that Lane Kiffin ain't everybody's cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I don't think he's doing or have done anything wrong. Each situation he is left to go to a better situation. You know what I'm saying? Even when he left, what was the school that he left to go be the OC at Alabama? It was a better situation. Okay, and what coach has name a coach that hasn't done that in leaving a school or leaving a team? You're going to recruit who you know what I'm saying, who you want. You're going to try to get, you know what I'm saying, your people to come with you. I don't understand the problem with that. I really don't. Kirby did it when he left Alabama. Remember? When he left Alabama, all those defensive recruiting classes came right along with him. Came right along with him. Come on now. What's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. Let's think about what you're saying now. Yeah, Kirby stuck him for about 3 classes. A lot of those defensive recruits that was coming in hot to Alabama all those years were coming because of Kirby. And with Kirby, wrapped up ship and decided to come home to Georgia. All those there was 3 years worth of recruiting classes followed him to Georgia. The same folks that are mad at Lane Kiffin are the same folks that got mad at Deion for leaving to go. Yep, and yep. Facts is facts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on now. Again, 90 mil is 90 mil. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and old Miss pretty much verifiably said on Saturday night, we'll holler at you. We'll holler at you. So apparently they didn't want him. They didn't want him to stay. So evidently that conversation Saturday night was hot, heavy, and heated. Oh, all right. You know what I'm saying? Be bad. Now you got to deal with the ramifications of how you handle things. Well, yeah, I would try to take my people with me too that are going to help me be successful. Yeah, all this honor that people got, it's just amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? If someone's offering you more money in a better situation, better facilities, better resources, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man, congrats to that man. You know what I'm saying? Him and his family was on 2 planes Sunday night to Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Um, it is what it is. You have, you know what I'm saying, 2026 and 2027 recruits are decommitting from Ole Miss to LSU as we speak. You've seen a lot of that, you know what I'm saying, going on today and yesterday. You know, yeah, yeah, exactly, Leo. You know what I'm saying? That conversation on Saturday night, from all intents and purposes, the reports that are coming out about that. You know what I'm saying? They were just like, you if you're entertaining it wasn't well, what do we have to do to keep you? It was, oh, if you're entertaining, you know what I'm saying, that offer, then ain't no needing you coaching the rest of the season or the playoff. Yeah, that, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't what do we have to do to keep you conversation. It wasn't that. But all reports that are coming out, it wasn't that at all. It's just they were very verifiably upset that this man, that he entertained. Never mind possibly agreeing to it, but he entertained the offer. Well, if you wanted him to stay, your conversation should have been different. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If I mean, he has the lineage. We all know who his father is, and Lane is a good offensive mind. Yeah, Ole Miss had the 8th best offense in the country. Come on now. I mean, let's not act like he's some kind of slouch. You know what I'm saying? He has his father's football mind. God rest his soul. I mean, I don't think that was a bad thing for wanting, you know what I'm saying, a Lane Kiffin to be here. Well, Ski, you like who you like. You know what I'm saying? Both of them got, NFL lineage. You know what I'm saying? Both of them got. I mean, you like Clint because you know what I'm saying, for the reasons that you like. You know what I'm saying? I saw Kubiak. I saw his father play in the league as well as coach. You know, I saw Lane's father coach in this league and put some great defenses on the field. You know what I'm saying? His son has a great offensive mind, and it has been proven. I tomato tomato. You know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting no mud on Clint Kubiak or Lane. I think both of those youngsters, you know what I'm saying, have great offensive minds. You know, you know what I'm saying. Would Lane be a great coordinator here? I think he would. I think you know what I'm saying, to give him 5 years as a coordinator here, he would be a great head coach. I mean, but he. I think this run. I think this is going to be, you know what I'm saying, solid concrete put down. Um, with this landing in LSU. Um, it's especially um, with them two youngest are sprouted up. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be leaving mama at home by herself. You know, what I'm saying? No, you it was just you waging um what I'm saying. I was just astounded. People jumping off the deep end. Like this man has done something wrong for taking the money and taking a better situation. And I think if whoever that person or persons was on Saturday night in that final conversation, I think they handled it bad by the way things are coming out over there in Ole Miss, by the way things are happening. I think they handled it bad. I think they handled it poorly. You know what I'm saying? If you had that kind of love for that man, you should have threw something on the table. You know what I'm saying? Try to get him to stay, or it should have been a graceful departure. You know what I'm saying? And clearly it wasn't. You know, that's my. I think he's a senior. And yeah, you're putting a great offensive mind. And Lane does know how to build a staff. Um, you know what I'm saying? So things are going to change at LSU for the better. They have the resources, you know what I'm saying, for Lane to do that. You know, hey, 90 mil is 90 mil. You know what I'm saying? The retirement funds are in order and on deck. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's gonna be a hell of a run for these 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Over there, uh, and it's I can see LSU getting one or two chips with Lane taking over there. He is that good. You know what I'm saying, and he does recruit his type of athletes that fits his program. He made a start in this man. The boy's gonna he I think he's gonna make a little bit of something, just a little bit of something at the next level. From what I've seen from him, he's a prototypical, what I'm saying, quarterback. I think if he lands in the right situation, it'll be he'll be able to do some things at the next level. Um, hey, it's finna be turned in Death Valley. It's finna be turned. Believe that it's finna be turned. Um, you know, but I like Garrett Nisman. Hopefully he don't go early. Um, Now, you say early, do you mean early in the draft, or you mean before senior year? Because I'm still guessing. I was trying to look it up myself to see if he was I thought he was a senior. You know what I'm saying? I was figuring he was on his way. He will be on his way. You know what I'm saying, to the next level this year. Um, you know, I'm not sure. Well, I mean, you know. As far as that, I mean, him, the boy from Oklahoma, and then the boy from Indiana. Um, let me see. I can't. Some of them I've seen. I've forgotten some of the names because I've been looking at quarterbacks. Um, over. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna be they're gonna be about 5 or 6. You know, that are gonna get their names called uh this summer. The Ohio State kid. Um, let me see. Carson, he's gonna get his name. He's gonna get his name called. Uh, Haynes King is gonna get his name called. Um, you know, I wouldn't mind Haynes getting his name called here in the A. You know, a tough kid. You know what I'm saying? Well, when you're looking at you look at it's look the Jets situation is this. He old boy got to what I'm saying, clean the situation up and get his people and get his people. You know what I'm saying here. Get his people in. You know what I'm saying, to get it laid down. Um, eh, you know, I don't agree with that, Ski. You know why? Look at Bo Nix. Look at Bo Nix. And albeit it landed in the lap of the right coach, but I'm just saying, to be saying that. Look at Bo Nix. I would want a mature guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, to fall into my lap. I would want a mature guy. You know what I'm saying? Where I ain't got to shave my playbook down, and I could feed him grown man. You know what I'm saying? Um, the information. You know what I'm saying? Like a grown man. I, I mean, okay. You're looking for everything to be wrong with him. So apparently, so you have your mind made up. It is what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, every quarterback has to scramble at some point in time on the field. So, but it is what it is right now. You know, it is what it is. Well, we had some goings on um, in Pittsburgh. Darius Slay and the Pittsburgh Steelers have parted ways. Um, didn't get a chance to get more on it to see what the reason was. For whatever the case may be. Um, would would think, is he just done in Pittsburgh, or is he done with the league on the whole? I mean, you know what I'm saying? What was what's the going word? Maybe he's looking to get in a better situation. I thought he was in a good situation over there. Where the hell? You know, thought he was in a good situation over there, but apparently there was an amicable split. Um, you know, it's just surprising. And plus they picked up a receiver, Adam Thielen. Um, Darius Slay might go to Detroit and retire. Well, that may be a possibility. I mean, you go back to the crib and call it a day and walk away, peacefully. Um, it's hard to say what's going on right there, but I just caught that piece of news. Um, you know what I'm saying? a veteran of his stature, and you know what I'm saying, stance, and and you know, to walk away from um a Mike Tomlin team who I think, you know, a lot of guys want to play for. Maybe there's something going on. Maybe over there. You know, because maybe there's some fire to the smoke over there in Pittsburgh. Some of the crazy sounding rumors that are coming out of, you know what I'm saying, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I guess maybe Darius is getting out of there before the plane crashes. You know, I don't know, but it's just that was just a weird happening. You know, but they're in the middle of a playoff chase, a playoff fight. You know, a divisional fight. Um, over there, and to, you know, part ways like that in the middle of a hot season. It's interestingly shocking. Um, is he Drake London looking to be out this game as well? And he was listed as DMP 2 days and Chris London Monday, but he was limited today. Well, you know, at this particular point, I'm any coaching decisions that come out, and I just at this point, I'm looking at the I'm looking for week 18 is what I'm looking for at this point with us. You know what I'm saying, at this point. But yeah, you know, Darius Slay out in Pittsburgh. I mean, you know, wow, you know what I mean. Uh, you know, for today meat topic. Um, y'all heard me, you know what I'm saying, a few weeks back, you know, give some roses, um, you know what I'm saying, to the Chicago Bears, um, in their season, uh, that it is. Um, the surprise. Are the Bears the surprise team of the 2025 season, 25-26 season? I would say yes. Considering I'm not even gonna front. I wasn't giving them the chance in hell for this season. Um, and I came on live and gave them a shout out and admitted that I was clearly wrong about them. And Caleb Williams, you know, what they're doing over there in Chicago. Um, it is it's still for Drew Dalman. You know what I'm saying? It's still for Drew Dalman. Punk ass. The way he left with the shot that he gave us going out the door. But it's the Bears are the surprise team. The job that Ben Johnson is doing over there is astounding and outstanding. What up, E? Um, you know what I'm saying? You have to, you know, give credit where credit is due. He got those guys playing some professional football. Um, they're with 8-3 over there. I think either they're tied or either they're in the division lead. Um, over there. At this point, um, Ben Johnson might be the lead dog. Oh, they're 9-3. Yeah, Ben Johnson might be the lead dog for Coach of the Year. Um, I mean, you have some you have some good candidates. Uh, you got old boy over there in Indy. You got Mike Vrabel in New England. Um, over there, Sean Payton. You got some strong candidates. For Coach of the Year. Yeah. Yeah, they're leading the division. You know what I'm saying? Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel, Sean Payton, the guy up there in Indianapolis with the Colts. Um, Let me see. Yeah. Let me see. Mm, am I missing? Um, yeah, yeah. If I'm missing one, it'll probably come to me. You know what I'm saying? When I'm not thinking about it, but though right now you got five strong candidates. Um, for Coach of the Year. I was having this conversation with my sister. I didn't. New England was not a surprise to me because I knew Vrabel was going to go and bring if you will, and I know a lot of people hate it, but bring back the Patriot way because that's who he was groomed under. You know what I'm saying? Bill Belichick and that discipline and do your job mantra. And I knew when his name was called, that he was taking that job. I'm like, yeah, he was going to stabilize things for Drake, um, and he was going to get that offensive line together. You know what I'm saying, and build that run game. It was self-explanatory that he was going to be able to He's put a strong defense down. Um, to some, it would be a surprise, but it wasn't surprising to me. You know what I'm saying? New England's doing what they're doing this year. But the bigger and the most astounding surprise to me is Chicago Bears. Um, you know, um, look, it wasn't not even surprising with him having ties to what I'm saying, that other guy that they let walk off the yacht. But it is what it is. What's going on, Raymond? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Bears, um, to me right now are the biggest surprise of this season. We was, and I was doing a show and was talking about them in training camp, and I, I them along with the Saints, I wasn't giving them a chance to do too much this season. Um, and they are a complete opposite of what I predicted them to be right now. They ain't going. They're in a strong position. It could possibly win that division. Um, and um, they're up there and fighting to move up in top three seeds. Um, I mean, they maybe possibly could end up in the pole position. Who knows? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? For the playoffs. I mean, and they're they're doing the opposite of what's going on here in Atlanta. They are running the ball and playing astounding, defense, clutch defense. Um, they're a good moderate standing defensively on third down, um, and in sacks and creating turnovers. Like I said, I have to give credit where credit is due. Ben Johnson is doing a masterful job over there with the Chicago Bears. You know, um, you know what I'm saying. It's you know uh, you know what I mean. I you know three two of the three coaches that came here for an interview are doing masterful work. Um, well, I would say three of the four. Is Wink Martindale is doing a good job over at Michigan. Um, you know what I'm saying? He interviewed here. Ben Johnson interviewed here. Um, Vrabel interviewed here. Um, you know, and that what makes it really depressing to see. You know what I'm saying? uh, What could have been with some of these guys that are being successful right now that we didn't hire. Yeah, well, apparently so. The way things are looking, you know what I'm saying? Him and Dalman both, even though to me, like I said before, it's still fuck Drew Dalman. With and to a certain degree, but then to another degree, you know what I'm saying? I guess he saw the tea leaves before, you know what I'm saying, before anyone else, you know. Um, Falcons interviewed Wink for the decent job. No, they interviewed him for the head coaching job as well, you know. Um, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, to see some of the guys that we interviewed that went on to get jobs elsewhere and are doing good, it is infuriatingly depressing, you know. Um, with what we have that is going on right here. But like I said, shout out to Ben Johnson for the job that he is doing in Chicago, in protecting his quarterback, and you know working around what his quarterback does best, working around what his running back does best, working around what his offensive line does best, and um, giving that defense a chance to make plays and get off the field on third down. Um, he is doing a masterful job um, with the talent, the immense because there is some talent there on that team, um, as we're seeing, and you are what your records say you are, and they're 9-3. They're 9-3 under Ben. They're 9-3. Um, you know, shoot, hired the right coaches the first year. Yeah, Ben's the first year. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's a good staff over there. You know what I'm saying? They put you know what I'm saying. Ben put that staff together and put the right people around his quarterback, and they have called the plays that fit him. You know what I'm saying? And they make and they coach as such. Yeah, again, it is infuriatingly depressing, to see, what I'm saying, some of these guys that we did not hire being successful elsewhere. But in the bigger case, you know, we could have and should have hired Ben Johnson. Um, and he took that job in Chicago and he hit the ground running, you know. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving the nod and giving the credit to do. Like I said, and I did a show, you know what I'm saying, during training camp, and I really didn't speak too highly of the Bears in their situation as I thought it was going to be. And I came on live and admit I was verifiably wrong about these Chicago Bears. You know, Ben Johnson completely turned that situation around. Um, you know, and it is it's uh it's interesting, with the talent he's gotten. He's got the best. He has gotten the best out. He's gotten the best out of the guys. You know what I'm saying, of that personnel. Say what you want about Caleb Williams. Um, that young man has played some good ball. Um, they have put him in positions to not having to, you know, be the hero. Um, unless they called it and set it up for that way, and he's stepped up in some situations, and he's had some masterful games. Um, uh, he doesn't make too many mistakes, and you know, hey, shout out to Ben Johnson for that. Like I said, in he's in the coach of the year conversation without a doubt. Um, I think I think it's going to be a close run because if all three of these guys, if Vrabel, Ben Johnson, and Sean Payton each win their divisions, I mean, it's going to be interesting who gets the nod. It's going to be interesting who gets the nod. You know what I'm saying? Right now, those are your three top guys I see, in the coach of the year running. You know, um, I had been, what I'm saying, in the lead there for a second. With Sean Payton, if he can, topple the evil empire that is Kansas City in that AFC West, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Um, eh, and then the guy over there, I cannot remember this young man's name. The head coach for Indy. Yeah, him. He is definitely in the conversation as well. Um, you know, but hey, man, that is the situation. That is the Chicago Bears. They are the surprise team of the 2025-2026 NFL season. Um, a I think Caleb Williams should probably get a nod somewhere on somebody's trophy, most improved or whatever the case may be. Um, that what I'm saying, that coach and quarterback combination right now, along with the one over there. I mean, you got a couple of good coach and quarterback combinations. Bo Nix and Sean Payton, which I called that. Um, Daniel Jones and old boy in Indy. You know what I'm saying? Ben Johnson and and uh and Caleb right here. Vrabel and Drake. You know what I'm saying? Right here. Age. You know what I'm saying? It's some good stories going on right now in this here NFL. And then looking at all the competition that is going on. Who'd have thought for this season coming off of last year? Who would have thought? Who would have thought it? The Colts, the Broncos, the Patriots, the Bears are the cream of the crop, if you will, um, in the league right now. Who'd have thunk it? Who would be surprised? You know what I'm saying? But hey, that that's why they play the game. That's why they play the game. You know what I'm saying? So I can have topics like this: the Bears, the surprise team of the NFL this year. To some people, the Patriots are the surprise team. Uh, to some people, the Colts are the surprise team. You know what I'm saying? I had no illusions that the Broncos were going to be what they are with Sean Payton when he got a hold of Bo Nix. I saw that coming. I see when that coming, because I said that in the draft. Man, Bo Nix end up with Sean Payton. It's gonna be something real different. And lo and behold, you know. But hey, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in and sitting here and chatting with me. You know what I'm saying? On this gloomy, wet Tuesday. Um, y'all, check me out tomorrow. Wicked Wins Sports Tea. Uh, little sister Sonya gonna be in here with me. The guys are gonna be back in here. The franchise. You know what I'm saying? The freshman, the big one. You know what I'm saying? Sports Tea Dummy of the Week. Um, a few nominations going on with that. We're gonna be discussing the Dirty Bird defense. You know what I'm saying, and its downfall in the making. As one of those topics. There's gonna probably be some Rich McKay talk. Um, you know what I'm saying? Um, we're gonna peek around the corner into first look of next week's game um, with Dirty Birds as well. But again, what I'm saying, I appreciate you all tuning in. I love and appreciate it. This wouldn't, this channel wouldn't progress without you. We're keeping it moving, man. The channel's been busy, what I'm saying, especially this month. Views have been high. Uh, what I'm saying? The sub count is going up. Strive for 5, baby. Strive for 5. To get monetized. You know what I'm saying? And to be extended. You know what I'm saying? To this channel, the second channel that's in the creative development, getting ready to jump off at the first of the year. Uh, Sports T Network. You know what I'm saying? Look out for that because Wicked Win Sports T will be moving to that channel at the turn of the year. Yeah, got some things going on. You know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout. Like I said, be on the lookout tomorrow. You're gonna hear the wonderful voice of Miss Sonya Howell once again. She got some things to say. Uh, she got a topic for y'all tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. But hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, keep it man. Keep it dirty. Most nobly, keep it real with yourself. Let your next choice be your best choice. I am your OG, aka Mr. Y. Y'all have a blessed night.